Welcome to Black People Love Paramore, a podcast to try to help Black people feel seen. Please feel free to donate to the show at the link in the show notes. And please rate us and write us a review on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. You already know 5 stars only because it's 5-star bitches. That's not it. You already know 5 stars only because we are 5-star bitches. Word to Yo Gotti. If you're tuning in on YouTube, please like, comment, subscribe, and all of those things. I'm your host, Sequoia, and today joining me to talk about our third installment for our television series, returning to the show, we have Wicker and Ryan Graham. Do y'all want to say hello?
Hi. That's all. I don't know why I sang it. No, I should go, oh, I may be small. Oh, that's which the girls who get it, and the girls who don't. That'll make sense when we get into our topic.
So we're gonna get into the fact that this is an experimental episode because I don't watch the Real Housewives franchise at all. So this will be a learning experience for Sequoia.
Actually, I think this is a good spectrum because I think, Ryan, are you like an avid watcher?
Of Potomac and Atlanta specifically, yes. I'm an
avid watcher. So
I'm
then we're probably about similar then.
Same. I do watch. We'll get into it. Yeah, we're
pick your mic up more, Ryan. When you talk, it's gonna have to be closer to you. Yeah. Okay, cool. Eat it. Yes, like you're. Like
eat it. Yummy. Make up. Remember, heat it. Okay, I'll stop screaming into this.
Okay. Before we get into talking about today's topic, Real Housewives franchise, we have In My Defense. In My Defense is our segment where we bring one of our unpopular opinions and defend it for you all. I realized that I didn't prep y'all at all because both of you have been on the show. And so, I know, Ryan, you could pull something out your ass right quick. Jewel, we're going to give you time because Ryan going to pull something out his ass right quick. And I will go first. Okay. In My Defense. I love mess, but for some reason, I just can't get into the Real Housewives universe. And I've tried with a couple franchises. I tried Atlanta, I tried Potomac, I tried New Jersey over the years. This has not been like recent that I tried. I did try Potomac recently, actually. But I tried all of them over.
What's not doing it for you?
Yeah, wait, how far did you get? That's the real...
I'm going to get into it. And I'm risking cancellation here. I'm risking cancellation with what I'm about to say right now. I personally, not to be ageist or nothing like that.
And you are about to be ageist, so go on. You said this to me privately. I cannot believe you would say it on the record.
Just personally feel like these women are too old for the behavior that is exhibited on the shows. Like, watching mess with young kids is like one thing because it's forgivable because I was also dumb as fuck when I was young. Watching mess with people who are my mom's age, I just be like, I'm tired. And I don't understand how you still act like this.
I don't feel that way, for the record. Thank you so much. I want it on the record and notarized. Ryan and I don't feel that way.
Same. Don't at all. Because it's funny to me that you think people grow out of mess. Like, what makes you think those young people that you're watching are ever going to grow out of that? They're not. And two... what? Also, I'm like, I feel like at least they're not. Well, never mind. I was gonna say at least they're not like fist fighting, but they also sometimes
they do fist fighting.
Sometimes hands are fine.
Because listen, that's not even the issue. Because sometimes you got to lay hands on a bitch. That's not even the issue.
I'm like, warranted.
That's not even the issue. The issue is just
Sequoia.
Wow, it's literally that they're old, and old is so relative. They're not old.
It's the juxtaposition between the age and the level of childishness.
Sequoia, first of all, the whole point of getting older is realizing that like niggas do not grow out of the shit that you think they're gonna grow out of, right? And so it's like when I was like in my early 20s and was like, men in their 30s, so mature. And now I'm in my 30s with the men in their 30s and I want to leave. And I have no hope for the men in their 40s. No, that it's not going to get better. I know it's not going to get better.
It doesn't get better. That's a lie. That's the biggest lie they ever told me. It doesn't get better.
It gets worse because niggas get set in their ways and they feel validated in not changing. So I'm not sure why you think that people get older, that they would grow out of childishness.
Perhaps I hoped. You know what I mean? Maybe it was a hope.
It is, yeah. It's a wishful thinking. Like, I don't think none of these people that you think they're not. I think you really got to have something drastic to happen to you to change. And also, when you throw a camera in front of somebody, it's just going to get worse. It amplifies. Cameras amplify, and all those people are just going to amplify whatever the fuck they are. So, like, no, not getting better. But I can't believe you don't love it. I love watching old ladies fight. They're not old. I need to stop calling them old because none of them are old.
Y'all gonna get canceled, and I'm not getting canceled with y'all.
They're not old. Well, some of them are old. Most of them are not old.
They're not old. They're not old. They're not old.
That's
I would
about
point out.
Those are about her mom and her aunties. What are you talking about?
It is literally about old
Sequoia.
ladies. You don't watch it all.
Wait. Back it up. You thought Old Lady Gang was referring to Candy and Company? Candy and her friends?
The Housewives?
I would love to proceed forward and not answer that question. So anyways,
I will say, I was just going to say, Sheree recently, I don't know, Sequoia, you probably haven't seen the trailer, but when Sheree's like, when you go to Old Lady Gangs, you don't know if you're going to get a biscuit or bullets. As somebody who has been to both locations.
She's not wrong.
I have to laugh. I have to laugh.
God, yeah, she's not wrong. She's very correct.
Anything can happen.
Yeah, it's gang for real. Wow, Sequoia, I'm very sad about that you think that they're old. That's sad.
I just said I don't think that they're old. I think they're too old for the behavior that they exhibit. Those are two different
thing.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
That different. Yes, it is. Now we splitting hairs.
No.
You know what's also crazy? You said your mom's age. You also said that, and you called them ladies old. So
now
I didn't call them ladies old. I said too old for the behavior that they. Mom, don't let Ryan and Jewel get in your head right now, please. Listen. Don't let these two clowns get in your head right now.
If anything, we're defending her. If anything, we are sitting here trying to advocate.
I didn't call my mama old. I didn't call my mama old, nor them ladies old. I don't have time for I'm not doing this. Moving on. Somebody else give me my defense.
So I did think about this earlier because I was like, oh yeah, I need to come up with one. And I don't know if this needs to be defending, but I'm going to defend it. To me, I think this movie should be considered a Negro classic. The 2003 hit film from the Wayans brothers, White Chicks, is beyond like, oh my God, both of your faces. I think it deserves way more. I think it is so funny. I think the Wayans brothers, their show and all of them are funnier than Martin ever was. And I'll stand on that. I will.
I actually do argue. I didn't think Martin was very funny. I'm going to go on a record and say that. Personally, that's not my show. And I did like the Wayans.
I don't even know you guys at this point. I don't even know who these fucking people are that I've invited on my show.
You sat with me and tried to get me to watch Martin, and I remember like there was an episode you were like, this is the funniest
You know the
thing.
Episode that I had him watch, y'all, because this is about to blow your fucking mind that this nigga did not find it funny. If you've ever watched Martin, the episode that I had him watch was the episode where they go to a cabin in the snow, and that fucking animal keeps coming in.
You don't even know the episode. Pause. They were on vacation on an island.
Oh, you're right. I'm getting it mixed up with that Fresh Prince of Bel-Air episode where they went to the snow. Anyways.
Shut up.
When they went to the island.
Not you getting them two episodes confused.
It's a travel episode of a black show. Leave me alone.
You can't like the episode that much if you don't even remember it.
Anyways,
clearly.
And the animal keeps coming in and attacking them. The way that I will start laughing right now if I think about it too hard, because that shit
was not.
I hate everybody on the show. I'm removing y'all. I have the ability to remove y'all.
You can if you want to.
I'm about to get y'all out. I'm about to get y'all out the paint.
I didn't even crack a smile. Like I was like, oh, I did it. I remember watching it and being like, I see that this is happening. I'm acknowledging that this is supposed to be like funny, and I'm using air quotes there. But I didn't.
Martin has its funny moments.
Sure. I would say the episode that Sequoia tried to put me on to convince me that it did not work. And I'm saying the Wayans brothers consistently makes me smile. And either way, I think White Chicks is great. I hate that it couldn't exist today. I do think it's problematic, and if it was made today, it would not work. Well,
I think you can remake White Chicks today and it would be fine, honestly.
You don't think that like Tucker Carlson and them would not have a day with
Who
it?
The
like, I
fuck
feel
gives
like
a fuck about what Tucker Carlson has to say about anything? I don't care.
Lots of people. He is the #1 most watched cable network. I'm just saying, I think lots of people care.
This is very chaotic.
Whatever. White Chicks.
White Chicks
White
should
Chicks
be a
is a
Negro classic.
I
agree.
haven't
think
watched
it
White
is.
Chicks recently enough to feel like I tried to rewatch it and I was like, I don't want to rewatch this, so I stopped. So I don't think that bodes well. I'm not going to hold
That
you.
also happens to
Oh
me.
my
That maybe that's
God.
my problem because every time I try to put it on as an adult, I'm like, I'm having a bad time. I want to turn it off,
But
and so
I
I will.
vividly remember. I don't want to say I had a bad time. I was just it was just whatever.
I turn it on
But
to laugh. I'm not laughing. I want to turn it off.
the Wayans brothers was hilarious to me as a kid. I thought that show was so fucking funny. Like I love the Wayans brothers, but I also have not done a rewatch recently to where like would a Jewel stand on that? I can't say.
And you know what? Okay, maybe I'm going back a little bit because White Chicks I will defend to this day. Their show as a kid, I always laughed. I never thought Martin was funny.
I thought it was so
Still
funny.
don't think Martin is funny.
I didn't think Martin was funny as a kid either, to be fair, but I do find it funny as an adult.
Oh, it didn't. But I'm like, and I haven't watched Wayans brothers as an adult. But you know what I think will actually hold up, no matter what, is the Jamie Foxx show, and it doesn't get the flowers it deserves.
The Jamie Foxx show,
very funny.
I rewatched a few episodes when I interviewed tie into the Housewives. I interviewed Garcelle, and I'm pretty sure the Jamie Foxx show is on HBO now. I think it's on HBO. So I went and like rewatched a few episodes. I think the Jamie Foxx show is such a cute show. Like I like the Jamie Foxx show, and it did have its funny moments. I laughed.
It's low key Sweet Life of Zack and Cody. It is.
Not Sequoia jealous
because she's never
jealous of what?
Because you don't have a sense of humor.
I love it.
So jealous of y'all's sense of humor.
Clearly.
Yeah, what's it like?
It's
Jamie Foxx show was
like
fine. It was medium. The Jamie Foxx show I watched, it was medium. It was like a mid-tier black show.
What was top tier for you?
At the time when I was a kid, it was like
Parker's.
Fresh Prince. Fresh Prince was like the top tier.
Absolutely. Fresh Prince, you can't beat it.
Yeah, I was thoroughly entertained and amused. It was also that other one with the C man that I'm not going to reference by name. That was also a top tier black show for me as a child for sure.
And I hate to say it, if that man hadn't done what he did, the show would still hold up. It would hold up.
No, the show definitely.
The show would hold up.
The show can definitely hold up without him.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, he's not the funniest portion of that show. Mm-hmm.
If this is going to be problematic, please cut this out. Don't cut it out. Whatever, I'll stand on it. When I think of like black shows, I think Martin squarely black, Wayans Brothers squarely black, Jamie Foxx squarely black. Something about that C show and Fresh Prince, not that they're not black shows, but they don't feel squarely black to me.
I understand what you're saying, although they are squarely black. I understand what you're saying. It's because they transcended. It is.
Because they're rich. It's because they're rich.
It's because the show gained mainstream popularity outside of black spaces. But
it's because they have money.
But you didn't like see black people rich. You like to see.
You didn't want to see the black people. You wanted a little struggle.
I did. I was like, I don't know. They seem to be doing okay.
Who is that?
They seem fine.
I don't recognize that at all.
Stupid.
I've never seen a black like that.
Yikes.
No,
Yikes.
I don't think. I mean, I do think it was certainly more of a crossover show.
Sure.
Yeah,
for sure.
They both were. Yeah, they both.
I think that's very fair.
The other shows are like Black Famous versus like Fame. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
Well,
Gotcha.
Fame.
Word.
Yes.
I agree. Because I don't feel like. Well, I was about to say I don't feel like Garcelle was like crossover famous until that Housewives, but my aunt would disagree with you because she would tell you that she watched The Real. And she loves Garcelle Burvo.
Garcelle was on The Real?
I'm really confused.
I didn't know she was on The Real.
You don't remember in the episodes of the Potomac, of Real Housewives of Beverly Hills when she would be recording. Sometimes during the pandemic, she was like recording in her office.
You're right. I guess in my mind, I just like blank that out. I think of her as Jamie Foxx or Beverly Hills. And like, I don't think I never pay attention to their jobs on those shows because all the jobs of the Housewives
they're fake.
Made up.
Because I just remember like
Wendy,
I was
Wendy girl. You don't have no real.
Don't do that about Wendy Osefo. My aunt never cares about anyone that I interviews because they're not like she's like I don't. when will you ever interview a real celebrity? And so one day I was like interviewing Garcelle, and I was like, oh yeah, I'm interviewing somebody. And she was like, well, who? And I was like, I'm sure you won't know because you don't ever know anyone. And she was like, who? I was like, well, her name is Garcelle Beauvais. I watch her on The Real. You have to send me a link when it comes out. I truly enjoy her. And I was just like, please, like, are you not embarrassed?
All people.
Like, what? Not Donald Glover, don't care. Garcelle Beauvais?
Yeah. Now you're talking to a star.
Now you're talking. Now you're getting to the A-list. And I was like, yes, ma'am. Okay.
Hey, sisters. Okay. Absolutely. Jewel,
that's funny.
Do you have it in my defense? Don't worry. Don't feel pressed. If you can't come up with nothing, it's fine. We can move on.
I know that I have controversial takes. I don't know which one I want to defend at this current moment. I didn't.
Okay, that's fine.
Can I toss one to you since it's kind of topical? This is going to come out next week or this week. I saw it and I agree. Frank Ocean is mid. He's not that good. Cut it. Never mind. No, I'll stand on it. Frank Ocean. I love Channel Orange.
We got scared. We went under the.
How do you feel about Nostalgia Ultra?
I'm just saying, is he the best? I don't think he's that good at. He's I guess I enjoy Channel Orange, and that's about it. Yeah,
what was
I don't
the
think
issue with Nostalgia Ultra.
I feel like it didn't connect for me. I'm sorry. Never mind. I'll cut this. I'm starting to sweat. I feel bad.
Now, what I will say is that man should have been on his 2 chains and he should have rolled his tail out there in that wheelchair, or
he sure should have.
Crutches, or he should have did something. He should have performed. Said that the chair could have been out there when they cut the lights on. He could have already been out there in the chair. We could have did something.
Sit and sing.
I do think he's playing.
Yes.
I do think he's playing.
Yeah. I agree.
I think, and listen, and I feel bad for that. I know that sounds toxic. Like I'm trying to tell Black people that need to suffer through it for capitalism or for work or something. I recognize that. Maybe that's something that I need to work through. But I do think that a lot of people spend a lot of money and travel a mighty long way. And I don't doubt. And if there are other underlying issues that are the reason in which he did not perform at Coachella, then that's fine, and I can respect that, and no one is making light of those. But the reason that he provided, which is that he hurt his ankle,
correct.
Please.
And I agree. I think if there's another reason, and I hope he's truly okay, and sure. But yes, the reason provided feels a little like
the ankle.
You can sit on a stool and perform.
You didn't want to go. Just say you didn't want to go.
You didn't want to do it, or you weren't prepared. Right. Say that. I'd rather you be like, you know what? I wasn't ready. Sorry.
Because why was you riding your bike a couple days before Coachella?
You knew. You need to be rehearsing.
You knew that you could get hurt.
Now he can't ride a bike. Now he was going to hurt his ankle on the bike.
Obviously, he can't ride a bike. Obviously, he can't.
Okay. Well, that's not what I said on the record. That ain't what I said. But I just, that don't ring. Now, I do think Frank Ocean is incredible. I love Frank Ocean. I personally, and this is not a judgment to Frank Ocean fans, it's not a judgment to people that paid their money to go to Coachella to see Frank Ocean. It would not have been me.
Oh, yeah.
Frank Ocean has not displayed himself as an artist,
a performer
who can perform to the
100%.
Degree for which I'm getting my ass on a plane. I'm renting a hotel. I'm
going to the
getting
desert.
Dust bunnies in my damn throat. I'm claustrophobic. I got COVID now because I done been around all these people. I don't want it.
Excuse me. They're calling it desert flu.
Fluchella or something like that.
Yeah, it is not COVID. It is
Dirtchella.
Sure. What I'm saying is that we have now seen enough of him not, that's not his bag. And that's not, I'm not saying that in a shady way. He's not a performer. Yeah. That's not his thing. He obviously has some sort of anxiety or uncomfortability around performing, and that's okay. Right. You don't have to be everything, but I'm not paying my money.
Mm-hmm. That's the whole thing. Yeah, I haven't seen Frank live, but when I watch his live performances,
he don't look like he having a good time.
I'm like, I wouldn't pay to see this anyways, for real, and I, somebody who thoroughly enjoys Frank's music, I'm just like, I could just enjoy the music. Yeah. Because also it's not like Frank is a vocalist either, the music is the experience. So it's I'm just going to enjoy the music because what am I paying for?
I think that was part of my thing is I don't think he's that great of he's not a bad singer, but it's not like I'm like, oh yes, please sing.
Yeah, he just sings. He does sing. He's not a vocalist. He just does sing.
Yeah, he's it's like an Omar Apollo. It's like, oh yeah, you're.
Oh, okay.
I feel like Omar
Singing.
Apollo sings better than Frank Ocean.
Oh,
like,
but he's, I think, also live though. It's like when he's live, it's like you're doing this, but like it's not like a yes more.
Okay.
I love Omar Apollo.
Okay.
I do like Omar Apollo.
More.
I will
Am I
say that I am
racist? Oh my
very, I'm very particular about live shows, and it's because I've had the privilege of going to many live shows, and like, I'm picky. If I'm gonna spend my money,
go for free because she's a music journalist, y'all. So she be at live shows all the time, just so y'all know.
I'm picky. And if I'm gonna spend my money and I'm gonna go see you, I want to see a show. And I'm not saying I want to see a show in that like you need to have pyroglyph, like the stage got to be on fire and people got to be ice skating behind you and stuff like that. That's not what I'm saying. It doesn't have to be a spectacle. Like one of my favorite like concerts of all time was Prince. He did the microphone and the piano tour. It was the last show before he died.
Wow,
and it was like
crazy.
Prince wasn't up there with nothing but a piano. Okay,
you know what I mean?
And I was starstruck. I was in awe. So I'm like being clear that I'm not saying that like in order to be a good performer you have to have like a production high thing. No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying you need to be able to captivate an audience. You need to be able to like transform your music into a live experience in a way that everybody ain't equipped to do, baby. That's a skill.
And that's okay. Everybody who makes music is not also a performer. Those are different things, you know?
Very true.
Yeah, no
and also some people are performers and not like you're saying, yes, it is. People can be good at different parts of the music industry because there are performers who are not great vocalists.
You know, join the circus because they performers, but they don't necessarily have. Okay, I'm going to move on. Anyways.
I don't want you to say nothing else. I don't want you to say nothing else.
Moving on to the next segment. The music segment. Now, what is this segment called? Song of the Week. It's called Song of the Week. I'm going to just do this one because we're already short on time. Y'all can respond to my song.
Love it.
And that will be that. Unless you have one that you're really pressed about. I can say, fuck my song and go with one of y'all. Okay, I'll go with my song. Cool. The song that I have this week, Jewel, I know you know it. Ryan, I'm not positive if you know it, but you will like it if you don't. It is a Canadian woman.
Ooh.
A biracial Canadian woman by the name of Fefe Dobson. The song is called Don't Go.
Don't go. Don't go.
So good. And today is like the first sunny day in LA and it's giving very Don't Go vibes, like a very summertime. I was riding my bike on 43rd Street.
And Fefe was giving equality back in the day before the girls was doing it because
she really was.
Girls, boys, and boys,
she
and
sure
girls, we can all rule the world, baby. Okay, we was giving a little equality on what was at the end channel.
Together,
don't go. That was my song.
So
Ryan, you know the song.
So I feel like I remember a road trip with Sequoia, and she tried to explain Fefe Dobson to me before, and I don't know where I was doing or where I was. I simply have no idea who this person is. This is now the second time you brought her up to me, and I'm like, I don't. I'm very serious. I have no idea who that is. You try to play her music, you're like, you know this, and I was like, I do not.
Oh yeah, I think I did. I was like, no, you know this song.
Don't know who this person is.
It's crazy because like you're right. I am aligned with all the things. The Inn I watched. Other songs that are similar in that genre, I love. But this, Fefe, sweetie, honey, baby, I am so sorry. I don't know how. It just was not.
Fefe is that girl. Fefe is that girl. Such a like incredibly talented songwriter, musician. Like I think it was the song "Don't Let It Go to Your Head." Like I was like that was like one of like my favorite love songs as a kid, just for how like she took black girl snarkiness and turned it into like I love you, but don't let that shit go to your head now. Like not too much.
She was like black girl pop punk almost. Like she has such a vibe. Like it was such a vibe. She's the blueprint.
Right.
She
really is. She influenced a lot of the girls that came after her and blew up even more than she did. Okay.
Yeah. Name two. Okay. Name two.
No,
I think usually when people talk about Fefe and her influence, they really talk about Rihanna during the Good Girl Gone Bad era.
Absolutely. Good Girl Gone Bad Rihanna. Absolutely.
Like
even
the
just appearance-wise, the look, absolutely. It was Fefe as well.
I don't think the music, I don't think I would say the music was similar. Like I always was kind of like, that's a little stretch music-wise, but I think image-wise, for sure.
Yeah.
You know what? Looking at this is Rihanna. Yep. Wait. Okay. My bad.
Yes,
I'm seeing images of her and this is Rihanna.
Fefe, the little shortcut. Mm-hmm. Yes.
not even.
That is what
I'm
it
looking
is.
at not even a shortcut. It's like a long hair, like mullet situation type of thing, and it's giving
Oh,
very
yeah.
much rated
Yeah,
R.
yeah.
So yeah, I'm with you. Okay.
Rated
Okay.
R. Yep, exactly.
Mhm.
So I never thought that the music translated to being similar. I always thought that was a little bit of a stretch, but I do think like image wise, I would even say like I think Willow talks about like Paramore. I don't know if she's ever spoken about Fefe, but I feel
Certainly.
like I would find
That
it hard to
gives
believe that Willow wasn't inspired by Fefe.
Even if she wasn't, she
maybe
doesn't
age
know that
wise, she
she
might.
is.
She
Yeah,
doesn't.
It's like
correct.
it's
Age
like
difference,
It's
she
a
might not.
lineage.
But
Yes.
yes, correct.
Mhm.
Yes,
Mhm.
because I could see her
Yeah,
being
100%.
aged out of that. But wow.
yeah,
Okay,
She
you know what?
definitely age of it.
We love a little Fefe Dobson. That is
I'll
our
give some
girl.
Fifi. I'll go watch or listen. Watch.
Right,
and listen.
I don't
right.
believe you because this is that is the second time. What's it gonna take?
Jewel is a music nerd for real.
I
So if
see.
you say name two, she's gonna name them. So
I know. I love that. I was,
yeah,
and I appreciate.
that's the thing.
Was that supposed to be a catch up? I'm sorry.
I did. Oh yeah, it was. I was like, name two that she influenced. But hey, I love
She said,
that. And the list could go on. But you know what? I
Right.
appreciate. But see, the thing is, because I could say to Sequoia name two and mum's the word, and that's why I didn't go look at her. And now you
I
gave me two
surely did.
people
I
that
would be
I'm
like,
immediately like,
but I would still be right because look, I just have the backup now. I know.
correct.
Okay.
And you're, but now that I have the backup, I will actually go listen. And I'm like, all right, let me go through a Fefe Dobson
Period.
phase. I'm
Let's
down.
see
Period.
what you think. Let's see what you think.
Okay, we're moving on. We're gonna get into Real Housewives now.
Into the thick of it.
Oh, yes. So I'm going to explain what Real Housewives is straight from Wikipedia, as I normally do. Real Housewives is an American reality television franchise that began on March 21st, 2006. That is a long ass time ago. With the Real Housewives of Orange County. Each installment of the franchise documents the personal and professional lives of a group of affluent women residing in or around a certain city or geographic region. 11 different series have been produced in the United States, with 21 international adaptations. Like what?
Yeah.
21 international adaptations. Did y'all know that?
It's a hit.
Yes.
You didn't know how
It's all
it's
over.
major.
Oh my god.
The American series are primarily broadcast on Bravo, with one installment on Peacock. What the fuck is the one on Peacock?
I think it's Dubai. Well, no, that's not American.
It's something. No, I don't watch it.
Okay.
Oh,
Thank
is it
you.
Miami?
It might be Miami.
I don't watch.
It might
I think
be.
it's Miami.
I don't watch it.
I think that's
I'm
the
sorry.
I don't either. It's not my. I don't like.
As soon as
Miami.
Bel-Air go off, I'm canceling my subscription until Bel-Air come back on.
I
Yes,
forgot.
it
I
is.
haven't watched Bel-Air in a minute.
Oh,
And
yeah.
I have not. Go on.
Yes, it is
Okay,
Peacock. Sorry, it is Miami. Just so you know, to confirm, it is
Mhm.
Miami.
Got it. Okay. And then we have a short list of some of the, I don't know why Wikipedia decided to have only these franchises listed here, but it has Orange County, New York, Atlanta, New Jersey, DC, Beverly Hills, Miami, Potomac, Dallas, Salt Lake City, and Dubai.
Too funny.
They named the
funny.
ones that matter.
Yeah,
Okay.
but they named one that I'm surprised, but like, because they named DC. So, and the funny thing about DC
Instead of Potomac, right?
Oh, well, right, but like because there's drama there. So remember when there was those crashers at the presidential like dinner in like 2010 or something like that?
Mm-hmm.
So like that happened in real life, and that was a scandal that like actually happened in like there was a security issue, and it turns out that the couple who did it, one of them was one of the housewives of DC, and that's why DC did not come back because it was like an actual like problem. And then they
scandal, like
right, yes, correct, and then it rebranded as Potomac. Like, but yeah, that's why I was like interesting that they named DC. But yeah, DC like because it was the original Potomac. But
I didn't know that.
Yeah, like one of the
I
the people who
never
crashed was a wife.
I got into Potomac later. Like I got
Same.
into because I like mess, right? And so
Same.
if I see on the timeline that there is mess and I feel left out of the mess, now I need to figure out how I can be included because I don't want to be
100%.
left out. And so I got into Potomac. I think I probably watched a few episodes before then, but I really got into Potomac when I was everybody was taking a side between Candiace and Monique and who was right, who was wrong. And I said, well, now I got to take a side.
That almost got me in. That one almost got me in.
I can't take a side.
Everywhere.
It was because that's what put me. I forced myself to watch.
I got
That
to take
really
so,
almost
and
got
I said,
me.
and I wanted to be an informed side taker. So not only did I watch that current season, I went back and watched the whole thing because I wanted to get the whole lay of the land, baby. I wanted to know
I need to know who I hate and why I hate them.
I want all the context.
That's where we differ.
I don't want to have an uninformed choice.
I decided to be on the side of the woman who threw the punches in the first place without having watched the shit.
Oh. So you were like, I don't need to watch the rest. I'm on Monique's side no matter what.
Oh, yeah, I heard somebody was talking shit and she got clocked. That's what it sounded right to me. That's what I decided.
And
context, but
I
that's what I
agree with you. Even and honestly, watching added context, you made the correct decision because Candiace
You-
deserved
yeah.
to have her ass beat and more. She was asking for it.
I ain't gonna advocate for violence, but I was on Monique's side. I'm sorry to say. I'm
That's
so
true.
sorry
I
to
know.
say it. I ain't gonna say she deserved it, but I'm gonna say sometimes you push people and shit happens.
That shit
Correct.
happens.
That's
People
very
are
true
wrong.
of
Everybody is not on that same journey of healing, baby.
At
So
all.
some people may not be
No.
able to hold back the slap.
Nowhere
That's
near
all
that
I'm
bitch.
saying. I'm not saying you deserved it. I'm just saying you try the wrong person and sometimes shit happens.
You
You're
fuck
gonna meet the
around
right
and find
one on
out.
the wrong day. Yeah, you know
Right.
what? I want to add a caveat. Yes, I also don't condone violence, particularly violence against women, particularly violence against Black women. So yes, I don't think she deserved it. But you are correct, Jewel, that like you push people, and then like it's like actions have consequences, and I don't feel. I understand how that person got there. I understand
I
how
see
she
how they
got there, and
there.
I'm like.
And I also I didn't enjoy how Candiace handled the situation afterwards because there was no accountability
At
for
all.
the actions that would have led up to someone doing that, right? And that drove me crazy. And it made it very hard for me in that moment to have empathy. I'm not gonna hold you.
Same. And it made me not. I also feel like stuff like that also then like carries over, and it makes me think anything you say or do, or things that happen to you, have a salt taste of me. Like I don't know how bad I feel about it, or you going through this thing because I'm like I don't know
And
how
I
much
do
of this
believe
is
Miss
you.
Dorothy be hitting her with her purse. I believe that. I believe she be getting hit with the bag by Miss Dorothy. So she has a Sequoia, the girl that got hit.
Mm-hmm.
Candiace.
Her mother is she seems like a terror. She does. I'm so sorry.
I did like jump into the first season or like jump into Potomac because of that.
Correct.
So I did see their
mother,
contentious, odd relationship. I did see that.
Her mother gives emotionally abusive. I'm sorry to say.
Yes,
and it's interesting because
that.
And it's interesting because her mother is a therapist.
Oh,
now, she's a therapist in Atlanta. Now, did I look her up to see how close she was? I wanted to just go, not for my healing, but just to be nosy. I did, but I didn't do it. But I did look. I didn't do it, but I did look. So I wanted to meet Miss Dorothy. But yeah, again, I don't know their dynamics. I don't know what they're playing up for television. But like on the show, the behavior that her mother displays, very gaslighty, very dismissive, very manipulative, like all of the core things when you think about somebody who is like being like emotionally, like mentally, like abused, and just like she just wasn't nice to her child. Like she spoiled her, she like gave her things monetarily, but like she was not nice to Candiace.
But even all that stuff felt like with a sense of ownership. It's like I am doing this because now you owe me.
Yes,
like,
yes. It was also a
sense
of manipulation.
Like,
it was like, yes, of course I'm going to pay your mortgage or pay part of your mortgage because I want you to be beholden to me and I want to be able to have a say in like who you marry, who you bring into your home, like the type of like things that you know. Of course, I agree. I think that's a very important caveat. I say all that to say I think hurt people, and I think Candiace seems like she got some hurt in her background, and so I think she was used to taking that out on other people, and I think she took it out on the wrong one.
Correct. Which is sad because then that kind of led to Monique being done. And I feel like bittersweet because I really did like Monique on the show. I now will add, I don't think the show is lacking now that she is gone because Potomac is, in my opinion, the new Supreme.
The best.
It is by far. It's the one.
But now when we talk about colorism and the ways in which it shows up, I think Monique being kind of exiled from the show and not getting any sort of empathy, any sort of support for her behavior. Like, I hate to say it, but Candiace, I really liked her this last season. I really did. It was really hard for me.
I didn't want to.
It was difficult for me to admit, but I really liked her this last season. I did. I hated it. But I do think like a lot of the way I do think colorism. They botched that conversation on colorism. It made me not want to watch the show no more.
They should have had a moderator.
Oh. I was like, I don't know that I want to watch this show because I watch Real Housewives to escape. And now y'all watching conversations about colorism. Now I got to remember that y'all are on TV giving the platform to foolishness. Now I don't want to watch it no more. But I do think that like that really played a role in how they treated Monique, and I found it to be very disgusting the way that they treated her after that.
Yeah. Speaking of, Ryan, go ahead.
No, that's all.
Okay. Speaking of botching the conversation about colorism, do we have thoughts about Andy Cohen?
No.
Andy Cohen. He reminds me of other white gays I know from Missouri, because he is a white gay from Missouri, and I'm
Really?
like,
Not
correct.
from Missouri. We're getting specific.
I'm from Missouri. Yeah, I'm from Missouri. Yes, very specific.
Yeah.
Yes, correct. He is from St. Louis, Missouri, and I'm like, yeah, this all aligns. Like, yeah. So I'm like, and I'm like, I guess like because I like it's familiar to me, to where I'm like, I think Andy is funny, and I like think that there's a time and place for Andy. I think specifically when it comes to handling Black women and handling Potomac or Atlanta or even Dubai or even Miami, probably, I'm like, he should probably bring someone else in to handle that, because I'm like, you're here for the mess and then you are like exploiting that. And I think that like there's a weird white gay Black women like dynamic that he falls into that I hate.
Interesting.
But I'm like, him with the white women, I'm like, oh, please, I love you dealing with the white girls, please, more. I love that.
Agreed.
I think
Agreed.
particularly when he's dealing with Black people or Black women, I'm like, ugh, it just feels weird, because I'm like, I think you're gonna just pour gas on the fire, and you want them to be messier.
No consequences about the like racial dynamics here. Not a single understanding of it. And I think that's why I was like so upset. I think Potomac had like 3 parts to this last reunion. I can't remember. I was over about it after the first, but I just was not having a good time. I didn't have fun. And it was mostly because I thought Andy was not equipped to have half the conversations that needed to be had. And I thought he let a lot of the women off very easily when it came to having conversations about things like colorism. And you set it up so that the darker skinned women on that set ended up feeling gaslit or dismissed or had to like justify their feelings, because the light skinned women were like, I don't have a colorist bone in my body. You know, and there was nobody to like, how can they be colorist? Make this right? You know what I mean? Like, and you as a moderator didn't have any type of skill to be like, so let's baseline here. Like, colorism, like this means something, and like this is what it means, and this is how you can still be operating from a place of like being colorist, even if you are not. You know what I mean? Like you have to acknowledge like certain dynamics, and I don't think he was equipped to do that, and it really irritated me.
Bring real journalists to the table.
No, I don't want to be in it. No, neither. I'm just kidding. Go on.
I think that's the thing with Andy, though, sometimes, is that like I think Andy is just kind of like, because I think he's funny. I enjoy Andy generally, and I think that like he is just a fun, I don't want to call him a queen, but you know what I mean? He's just a fun person who happens to be hosting things, as opposed to being like someone who is like, oh, I'm actually going to like have a real conversation with you all. And I think that's the issue, is that like, then the reunion should just be fun and frivolous, and that's it. And we shouldn't even try to do any of the stuff. And it's like, bet more of that, because I'm like, yes, that's what Andy's equipped to do. Like, if I remember correctly, he was like working at one of the networks, and he used to just like write a blog or like just have like funny commentary on things, and then like it became a thing. Like that is kind of Andy's origin. He was like working in production, and like I can't remember if it was I don't remember if it was a blog or something like that, but like it kind of became a thing where they were like, oh, we should let you talk to people, or we should let you do this, and then it kind of like spiraled into now he is a host and journalist, and so it makes sense. I'm like, yeah, you're a fun personality. He's great.
Yeah, like when you watch like Watch What Happens, like there are certain moments where Andy is in his bag. He is so good at it. I'm specifically talking, and I think it takes a level of like humbleness and setting your ego aside, especially as a public figure who like is running things, to be like, I'm not equipped for this part of the conversation. Who we bring, you know what I'm saying? Like really and he did to a degree be like, I feel like I shouldn't moderate this conversation, but where he fucked up was he was like, well, I'm gonna let the girls talk amongst themselves. Now, why would you do some shit like that?
Yeah, well, and like
he tried to play it off.
He tried to play it off like, we asked you all, and you all said you didn't want one. I'm like, no, you are the EP of the show, and if you really wanted to have this conversation, you shouldn't let them decide. You should be like, we're bringing someone in. It's just that you didn't want to have the conversation, and be honest about it. Frankly, you didn't want it.
You could have done 2 things. You could have actually done the conversation in a real legitimate way, or you could have just not done the conversation. Because if we're going to be honest, my black ass does not come to Bravo, to the Real Housewives of Potomac, to have in-depth conversations about colorism, because I know that nobody on that show is equipped. They don't have the range. They don't have the skill. They don't have the knowledge. They don't have the foresight. They don't have the level of self-reflection to have these conversations. Sequoia, get on my nerves. So, you know, it just, they don't have it. So, either have the conversation so just, you know, no one is going to be mad that y'all skipped that conversation, because we all know that you're not equipped for it. You're not equipped.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Okay.
Sorry.
Let's move along. Let's move right along.
Oh.
Favorite franchise? Is it Potomac? Can we leave it at, is it Potomac, or do y'all
currently, So it's currently Potomac. I think it's better than all the others. Atlanta obviously was the super and I don't know if Bravo acknowledges this out loud, but like Atlanta is the reason that Housewives is Housewives. Orange County was never that interesting. Orange County was very much like, this is happening, it's on. And the problem with Orange County was that like I think they're now characters, but at the time they were real women and they were really just like living life. And it was kind of like, sure. Atlanta was the one that made people be like characters. Atlanta was the one where they were memes, and it was like, oh, now I understand Real Housewives and what it could be like. The Tiffany Polarification of Real Housewives, came from Atlanta, and then everything after that, it was like, oh, New Jersey came, and it was like, oh, characters. You have the Giudice, how do you say Giudice? Yeah, you have them. You have like the Gorgas. You have all of them. That was where their characters came out. And then New York started to really get spicy. And then you saw like Beverly Hills come in, and like that's when you got Lisa Vanderpump and all that. And I feel like you really wouldn't have had those characters without Atlanta giving you NeNe,
I agree.
Kim Zolciak, and like a Phaedra. You wouldn't. You really wouldn't.
Okay. I agree. Atlanta was for a very long time. I like Beverly Hills, but I like Beverly Hills because I felt like in no way is their lives anywhere near similar to mine, and I can watch this and tune out and forget reality and laugh at these like white women having very dramatic issues about like their chef or some shit that has nothing to do with me, and throw $10,000 parties for like their 40th birthday photo unveiling or something very innocuous and stupid. You know, like I could just. This is great because they do. You know, they love to throw a like $10,000 party, and it's like, what are we unveiling? My 39th birthday photo. What? Like. What does this doesn't make sense? So honestly, I like Beverly Hills for that.
Mm-hmm. I feel like I have taken a little bit of my personality from the Real Housewives because I too threw a party but it was my 30th birthday, but like it was dramatic in that way.
It's not the same thing.
No, it's not this. But I'm like, I feel like you do live your little Real Housewife fantasy in moments because of the shit that they do.
Because that's fair.
Like, it's fun. Like I love that they always end on some stupid big party for like a hair care line that's like I've never seen or never heard of. Or
I've never seen Kenya Moore hair care. I've never seen it in the wild, and I never will. Where is it sold?
And you live in Atlanta. I'm like, now Kenya, girl. Like they were celebrating it being in Walgreens, and I'm like, I have not seen it.
You know what? Maybe when I go in Walgreens, I know what I'm going to get, so I'm not perusing the aisle. So maybe I did miss Kenya Moore hair care, and I'm sorry if I did, but I ain't never seen. I don't know what it looks like. I don't know. Never seen it.
Never seen natural it. Too, so I feel like you would have seen it.
Because y'all know I like to see what the new.
She love a hair care.
And first of all, the YouTube girl, you know, because I watch YouTube and TikTok, and they always want to try something new. They always love a new product. I ain't never seen nobody try Kenya Moore hair care.
Kenya Moore hair care. But you know what? I admire all the housewives in their hustle because it's you either have a hair care line, a wig line, a hat line, or you start a music career. And I'm here for all of it because don't be tardy for the party. I turn that shit on and crank it all the time. That is such a good song. I would
never be more entertained. That was such the golden era of Real Housewives of Atlanta. Can I just say, I haven't watched Atlanta in several seasons because it just fell off for me and it was not very entertaining to me. But the earlier seasons, so good, so memeable, so quotable, so hilarious. As a person from Atlanta, it drives me a little crazy sometimes. Because I feel like they are, like looking back at the way they talk about certain neighborhoods in the city and stuff like that makes me cringe a little. Like the way they talk about Candy's neighborhood as if it's the ghetto. And I'm like, I used to live 5 minutes from Candy. This is a very nice neighborhood. I don't understand. Like, so some of the like nuances of the way they talk about shit feels like kind of anti-Black to me sometimes, like internalized.
But is that not very Atlanta?
It is.
I'm saying that feels on brand.
It's very true to form. Correct. Absolutely. Yes. Correct. Absolutely. Because if I talk to my friends, even my Black friends from North Atlanta, they would be like, "Oh yeah, like you lived over there.
You live over there."
And I'm like, "Yeah, a lot of people live over here. It's a very nice neighborhood." And they're like, my mother would never let me go over there. And I'm just like, shut up. So like, yeah, you're right. It is but that's what I was about to say. I feel like it's a very good case study. It's like a time capsule of Atlanta and the gentrification and the changes of like the city. Damn. It's really interesting.
Damn. Mm-hmm. Okay. Favorite and least favorite cast members.
Ooh. This is controversial.
Oh, no.
But I do love her, and I don't think she was right, but I do miss her on Atlanta. And I think it's a part of the downfall. Phaedra Parks will always have a special place in my.
Okay. I don't know how severe of a statement that is, judging on Jules' reaction.
It is
real
so
She said that was
controversial.
crazy. Okay.
I'm
We have a
sorry. I
Phaedra.
know. Yeah, I love Phaedra, and I'm sorry that she's gone. But I understand
She
why she's
should
gone.
be.
And she should be correct. She's gone for a good reason, but I loved her, and I think that's
What's the reason?
She like had like a weird.
Somebody of sexual assault.
That's what I thought.
It's
That's
bad.
what I
Yeah,
recall.
not good. Bad person. Great cast member. And then least favorite across any platform. She's on like one of the OG Jersey franchises. I like absolutely hated freaking she always fought with Danielle, and I can't remember. She was like the matriarch. She had red hair. She left early. I can't remember her name because she was boring. But yeah, she was just boring to me, and I feel like she gave too much like mob boss, and I was like, I don't think you're interesting enough for me. But yeah, wow, there's so many housewives though. I'm probably not giving a good negative.
That's a good
There
one.
are.
Yeah, it's hard to pick.
It is.
I think NeNe is the OG. I miss
Correct.
her. I think she is the supreme of housewives. Sorry, it is what it is. She's hilarious.
You don't think she started to get like? Because I agree. She isn't like she's the reason housewives are housewives, but I think she started to get too separated from what she was. Does that make sense?
She did.
Like,
yeah,
okay,
I agree.
That's all. Yeah. I'm like,
I think it's like controversial because I think I think she's certainly done a lot of things that I didn't agree with, and a lot of things that I was like, now you're doing too much. Too much NeNe, but like I think all encompassing. Like if we're talking about like NeNe and what she's done for the franchise and like who she is as a like iconic.
Absolutely.
I'm sorry,
absolutely,
iconic.
Absolutely.
And
white refrigerators across the world. Around the
she gave us
world.
white refrigerators.
I'm
the
like,
ghetto.
Yes, I mean, I'm like saying I don't think there's anybody more iconic in the Housewives franchise besides NeNe Leakes. That is fair. She literally has changed culture.
They make white refrigerators anymore because of that. Like
because of
NeNe was the one that single-handedly got absolutely their extinction because of NeNe Leakes.
Correct.
Absolutely.
Impact.
So I would say she's probably my top. If I had to pick my least favorite, it was somebody on that darn. Oh, I don't like Erica. She's on my nerves, and I want her gone.
Beverly Hills.
Mm-hmm.
Is she Beverly Hills? Yeah. Erica Jane.
She's from Beverly Hills.
Yeah.
I used to very much like her, and we have just hit a turn where I can't take it.
Okay.
I've had enough. I can't. It's too much. She gets on my nerves. I just think, I don't know. Like she's just not willing to own anything, and she's not willing to take accountability for anything. Especially the fact that like her husband in real life like harmed a lot of people, and she seems very intent on not like taking any and pretending like she knew nothing about any of this. She had no idea any of this was going. So essentially, her husband was like this really famous attorney, and he represented a lot of people, like people whose family members were in plane crashes, like people whose family members have endured like horrific things, like real shit, horrific things, death, injury, like all of these things, and was essentially stealing money from them, like not giving these people their money. And for by all accounts, like she was living this very lavish lifestyle that we saw on the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills.
Oh no!
Off these people money.
Oh no! That's horrible.
And she's like, I had no idea about any of this. I'm not responsible. And like, sure, there's no proof that you knew about any of this. Sure. That's fine. But what irritates me is that like, I think most of the people on this, like for a full season, people were like, sure, you didn't know. Fine. But can you at least acknowledge that this is fucked up, and at least acknowledge that like people were harmed, and like show some empathy and remorse? You are not the real victim here because you lost your husband and you are under public scrutiny. Like that's sad, but like people were like
robbed literally at a time of need.
Robbed, and you have no ability to step outside of yourself and be like, I was harmed. I was not the person that was the most significantly harmed here, and I'm empathetic to those people. And that really bugged me because every time anybody asked her to do that, she just not only refused, but was like really nasty about it, and I didn't like that.
I feel like that's almost true to form with any Real Housewife, because that's the other storyline. All of every franchise, no matter which one, they all eventually come to a point where one of them is doing something criminal. Pick one, they all have a crime. All of them have, and I feel like they all play that weird victim card where they're like, I didn't know, and I'm like, A, okay, sure, but then B, they don't want to own up to like, yeah, but you still are fucking people over, and then broadcasting your immense wealth on
like
TV,
your massive lifestyle. It's
chaos.
Insanity.
It's
personally
bad.
didn't. I only watched the first season of Salt Lake. It was enough that lady was. It was enough that lady was married to her grandfather for me to dip out. I'm not going to continue to play this game.
I heard about that. Mike, it was my grandmother's dying wish for me to marry
I don't give a damn.
her husband.
You should be ashamed. The granddaddy should be ashamed. I'm going to give you a little less shame because you were younger, but you older now. Everybody should be ashamed.
That's weird.
Granny in her grave ashamed. Granddaddy ashamed. Everybody ashamed.
Dishonor on you. Dishonor on your cow. no more
because I don't understand it. So to me, that was a little
kooky.
We're getting a little too kooky, a little spooky ooky in the words Kiki Department. It's a little too much for my spirit. Okay. Yeah. I couldn't do it, but I did. I remember watching Jen Shaw and being like, that lady seems like
a sketch.
Mm-hmm. She seemed very, very sketch. Mm-hmm. And she seemed like she was really I think her husband was black, and she seemed like she was really taking advantage of her proximity to blackness every chance she got, and it was really
because she was slightly black, but like not black. Yeah, it was weird. She was like just ambiguous enough to where it's like, I guess, and she had black kids, so it was like, no, she's like Middle Eastern, so. but she wrote that line like I think. But proximity to blackness, having black kids, having a black husband, she could kind of like slide into that world. I'm
and it just was always like. So I didn't really see, but I had to dip out of Salt Lake very early because why is the lady who married to her granddaddy the leader?
Ew.
I think she's off the show now, but yes, she was the
Mary left.
Yeah, I think she's gone now.
Lord, where did Mary go, Lord?
I agree. I had to check out of there too. I hope so. I had to check out of that one too. It got a little like, this is a lot. But I did pop back in for Jen Shaw. Seeing her get arrested on camera was great. Great television. I popped back in for that. Because she's kind of like, okay, yeah, we can keep going. Yeah. I love it.
Okay. If you had to choose one plot point from any of the franchises that is your favorite, just like good mesh, just eat it up, tasty, what's your favorite plot point? They're thinking, y'all.
That's a big question because there's a lot of moments. I don't know.
I know.
Wow.
If you even want to name the most iconic, just whatever you feel.
that is really hard. Favorite plot point. Oh well, okay. It's funny because it's just so iconic. It's old. It is when Phaedra didn't know when her baby was due. It was Phaedra's first season, so I believe season 3. She is pregnant and she is talking to all the girls about
trying to convince them that she having a baby at 25 weeks.
Yeah. Is it because she had gotten married? Like, is that it? Was she trying to make it seem like
she had just recently got married and like
she
the math
conceived
wouldn't
the
make
baby
up
before her parents were very religious, correct?
And mind you, Phaedra is like at this point a solid, got to be at least 35. Like she's not a child by any means to be talking about like, ooh, my chastity, like girl.
Oh, but when I say they too old to act like that, I'm ageist.
Move on.
Okay.
What I'm saying is this. What deeply is the most comical thing about that entire scenario to me is that Phaedra was not talking to like us who don't have no kids, ain't like never had no kids, don't know nothing about pregnancy. She was talking to a group of mothers. Like, one of them was like a grandma. Like you were talking to people who are very well versed in the act of pregnancy and having kids. And you were so confident in your lie that you didn't think nobody was going to be like,
I love it.
What?
Why couldn't they let it go? Why couldn't they let her have that? Why weren't they letting her have that?
I would not. I simply would not.
That don't make sense. It's
you know what the fuck is going on. You know what the fuck is going on.
I don't have no kids, but I know enough to know that don't make no sense, and I'm not letting it go. Candy was all in Savannah, wherever she was. Candy was in Savannah asking the doctor because she wanted to take it back to everybody, and that would have been me. So she full term. Me texting everybody, y'all. She full term because now you playing.
I love it.
Now
I love
you
it.
playing.
It was great. Great television. I loved it.
It's the audacity.
That was fun.
How do you think you're gonna how do you think you're gonna convince a group of mothers that this is like true? Like, you know,
people who have literally been pregnant.
And she was like, I don't know, but he coming out of here. Like, and then she was just getting to the point where she was stopped.
This doesn't make sense.
They did. And she was like, I don't know, child. And I'm like, Phaedra, you can't. I don't know.
Let her run with her little fantasy.
No,
25
that's ridiculous.
Whatever the hell.
I'm not. Like, I'm not letting you run with it. I'm not letting you run with it. I'm not letting you run with it. And then it doesn't make. I'm not your mama. I don't give a damn when you got pregnant.
Yeah,
I don't care. So you could have told me the truth. I'm not your mama. I'm not in the church.
She can't say it on TV, Jewel. Her mama gonna find out.
She's a lady.
You know what? She should have thought about that when she decided she wanted to go on TV for the first time pregnant.
I thought you was gonna say when you decided to lay down with that man. I thought you was gonna get real religious.
That was a choice too with little Mr. Apollo, but that's not where I was gonna go with it. I was just gonna say when you decided to take your pregnant tail on television, you should have thought about the fact that people might know when you conceived.
Pregnant tail. Okay, great. That one is funny. I've seen clips of that one. I have been thoroughly entertained. Every time a clip comes around,
it's a good one.
I'm amused. Every time a clip comes around with that.
It's a good storyline. Oh, yeah.
Go ahead. You got another one, Ryan?
Well, I just like the table flipping because that became a thing from Teresa in
that's fair.
Jersey, and that's iconic. I forget why she was so angry. You prostitute whore!
It's never that serious. It's never as serious as they make it.
It's never that bad. I'm trying to think of something that's not Atlanta or Potomac because I'm like the others also. They're all good. I don't want to say they're all entertaining enough. What's a good like non-Potomac storyline?
Jewel's face didn't agree.
Oh, sorry. They're all. I mean, they're not all good. They're
all fine. I know what you mean. You're fine.
Jersey is Jersey is the next one, and then I would say Beverly Hills or New York, depending on the season. They're hit or miss for me.
That's fair. I will say I'm thoroughly entertained by any time Juan Dixon has to be on television.
Oh, because he clearly hates it. Juan hates that show. He hates it.
I've never been more embarrassed on someone else's behalf. That man is very like in the episode when Robin from the last season when Robin calls Juan next to Ashley to ask if he has a girlfriend who looks like Karen Huger. And
the Grand Dame. I love the Grand Dame.
And Juan is like, Robin, I don't want to do this. Fuck all y'all. Like he's like cursing. And why would you? And see, this is why I know Robin a little dizzy. Because why? When you know your husband don't want to be on this show, when you know he don't like none of the women on this show, when you know he don't want to be there, why would you put him on speakerphone to have that conversation?
On camera, and you know it. I'm like, no,
camera.
Robin.
What do you get out of embarrassing yourself week after week?
Him off speakerphone, right?
Why do you like him? No, she wasn't even. She was just like he's literally sitting there yelling, and she looks over and she goes, like she just like a smile, like it's very uncomfortable. Like I'm just like, you're embarrassing yourself. Why do you do this? I'm entertained. I have to say.
He's also the only house or the husband of any franchise really who doesn't show up to the reunions. All the other husbands will pop into the reunion for one, and he always has no. And
it's a running joke now.
It's like nope, he's busy, and I'm like, no, Juan,
it's a running joke.
Basketball season.
Like lie again. There was in the last season reunion. Andy was like, and is Juan here? And Robin was like, no. And Andy went, yep. Mm-hmm. Like you could like no one expected Juan to be here. We all knew Juan wasn't going to be. She was like, yeah, he's busy. And Andy said, yeah. Mm-hmm. Like, sure. Like,
you know, girl.
We're all laughing at you. Stop it.
Not we're all
laughing
at
it.
You, please.
Woof. Yeah. Juan's fun.
Embarrassing.
But Juan is attractive. Now, Juan is fun.
Now, let me tell you something. I'm not going to say I would put up with all of that. But I would.
Oh, but I might.
But just a little bit.
Oh, he's fine. A little bit.
Just a teasers.
Yeah, I put up a little bit.
Giving. Okay.
Because to a certain degree, like when they was just playing and they like got a divorce, but they was like fake living. They were still living together and fake married and all of that stuff. It was a lot, but I was like, I can see why we playing this game. I can see it. I get why we playing the game. He started doing too much after a while, but Juan is.
Juan's so cute.
He's quite a good young man. Okay.
Just laugh.
Shoot. Have you seen him, Sequoia? She's not gonna think he cute. Look him up.
Let me look. What's his name?
Look up Juan Dixon. Juan Dixon. She finna piss me off. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
If Jewel me and Jewel have regularly talked about how our taste in men just is full opposite, but visually.
No, for you.
Oh, okay. I see it for one. I see it.
For one, pretty
Oh,
attractive.
okay. I saw it when he was younger and played.
I'm gonna say specifically Young Wan. Yes.
Yeah, Young Wan is definitely cute. Now, this older gentleman I'm looking at
is still fine. Play again.
Don't do that. Oh yeah, you're being rude.
Older one is still fine. He's still fine. You're not gonna embarrass me on television, but sure you know,
he's top 5 hottest house husbands easily. Easy.
Who are the other hot husbands?
Gorga. What is Teresa's sister-in-law? Whatever.
I don't know.
His name is Joe Gorga. He's also hot to me. Someone also, one of the Beverly Hills husbands is also really hot, and I can't remember his name right now.
Are you thinking about who husband?
Why can I not think of his name? I wish I should have prepared. I should have prepared a list. House husband.
How could you have known that you would be naming the top house husbands?
I know that's fair. I mean that because Peter wants a peach, so he deserves a peach. Honestly,
Peter is not on the list. Peter is not on the list.
He's not. He's not attractive. He's not.
I know.
I can't think of it. It's fine. Whatever. I can't think of it right now. Whatever.
Do y'all want to play a little game?
Yeah, we want to play a game. What's the game?
Do you want to play Fuck, Kill, Marry, Jewel's favorite game?
No, that's never my favorite game because I never like the options.
I only got one because y'all know I don't, you know.
And you don't even watch the show, so you're not going to give us good options.
Don't doubt me. Don't doubt my capabilities, okay? First one. Fuck, marry, kill. Candiace. Phaedra.
I'm dead. Kill me.
NeNe Leakes.
I'd rather die.
Oh, easy. Duh. This is so simple. Okay. I'm killing Candiace. Yeah, she's annoying. She got better, but she's annoying. I guess I'm marrying NeNe because she is very rich. LOL, not literally, but probably richer than Phaedra. And then I'm fucking Phaedra. Yeah.
I simply can't stand Phaedra, and I simply can't stand Candiace. So unfortunately,
you're gonna have to fuck. Marry,
I will be married. I will be marrying Lenithia Leakes.
Okay, correct. Lenithia.
It's giving death. It's giving R.I.P. I don't know.
You can't fuck either of them.
Who do I like?
You can't say you ain't gotta marry or you gotta fuck them.
I can't tell which one I would have.
I'm with you there.
I don't know.
It's hard.
I don't know. Sure. Let's just say Candiace. I think both of those are the terrible decisions, and I think I would be full of sorrow and regret either way.
I found it. Sorry. Hottest husband. Sorry, had to go look it up. It's Denise Richards' husband, Aaron. Denise Richards' husband is very fucking hot to me.
We weren't finna remember him. That's fair. Okay.
It took me a minute to get there. I was like, that's right, but he's hot. Also, you know what? Mark, Kenya's ex-husband, also was pretty attractive. He was awful. He seemed like a terrible person. He's pretty fucking hot. And then Kim Zolciak's ex-husband, Croy, also hot to me.
Croy was not attractive to me. Okay. Thank you. That's fair.
That's fair.
Do you have anyone else?
I do. I have 3 more. I have 3 with the whites.
Is it gonna be better than the last one?
They're white, so these one I really don't know if these people.
Oh, you're just making.
I don't know nothing about this. So.
Got it. Let's do it.
These are just names that I recognize.
Go on.
Lisa Vanderpump.
Of course.
Bethany Frankel.
Okay.
Teresa Giudice.
Oh,
I know who these people are, but go on.
Stop. You know who Teresa Giudice is.
I know who Teresa is.
You know who Lisa Vanderpump. Yeah, you know these people.
I know who Lisa is.
Damn, this one's hard because there's not I don't instantly dislike any of them. Lisa Vanderpump. Obviously, Lisa Vanderpump rules. I guess that's what I think I would marry Lisa because of that. Because I would want her to put me on Vanderpump because also very fun show. And
I'm absolutely marrying for financial and success reasons.
Security, absolutely. Mm-hmm. Good white mess. Now Teresa or Bethany Frankel. I mean, Bethany Frankel's also wealthy. She's like I think in terms of
she's
success.
My first married option, but I think Lisa outdoes her. Yeah,
I would agree. I think Bethany is the only other housewife to me. I think that has kind of made a name for herself outside of housewife. She's a name
she was
beyond.
A housewife. I know her name, but I did not know she was a housewife. So yes.
She's New York, but so I think I would fuck her, and I guess I'm killing Teresa. Yeah, which is sad because I really do like Teresa.
Entertainment.
I don't know nothing about Teresa, but she seemed kind of loud, so she was gonna be on my kill list as well.
Bear that, and also a criminal. So,
I'm so sorry. I'm
As
not trying
are
to
all of them.
discriminate against but she gotta go. I think I agree with your listings. Yeah, I think I agree. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
great. Well,
that's what I
I'm
would do.
glad we're all in agreement because that's all I got. I don't know nothing about the rest of them girls enough to give you nothing.
Sequoia, not you
That's
putting us up to the questions, but you can't answer.
You don't even know
Yeah, we
none
got
of
it.
these girls.
I don't know nothing about them girls. We got a black choice and a white choice, and that's it. Is there any other things y'all would like to say about Real Housewives franchise? Any other plot points you want to touch on? Any other people, thoughts, feelings?
You don't
There's
know the
so
black one. You
much.
don't know Candiace, Phaedra, and NeNe that you could
I
do
know who
that.
they are. Mhm.
Okay, we're listening.
Oh, Candiace. Oh, okay. Candiace, Phaedra, NeNe. See, this is hard for me because I don't know what they've done to know who I'm
Oh.
We're gonna
fucking
just
killing
off
there. You know?
who.
So this will just have to be off appearance. This will have to be off appearance,
Okay.
what I've seen on social media, et cetera, et
Which
cetera.
one? NeNe has
Candiace,
had.
Phaedra,
She's gone.
NeNe. Okay.
I already know
Ooh.
what she's gonna say.
Yeah, I know, and I feel bad already. No, I'm not
I
even
love
gonna
it.
do it. This is not fair. Never mind. No, I'm not even gonna do it because I don't know.
No,
I don't
you
know
made
enough
us
about
do
that.
it.
Yes, sir. We want to hear it. We want to hear it. Who's gonna say Phaedra, NeNe, Candiace? What was you gonna say? Is that right?
What order is
What
that?
order? What's
Phaedra,
that? Fuck, Mary, kill.
Fuck Phaedra, marry NeNe, kill Candice.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
Solely off of appearance? That's so interesting because I feel like Candiace is by far the cutest of those three.
No, it's not solely based off of appearance. It's because I know a little bit about. I know a little bit about Candiace. I know NeNe leaks enough to know that she's entertaining enough that I'm like, sure, we'll stay with her. And I really don't know much about Phaedra, but I think she's cute. So
I think she just feels like Phaedra has more of a personality to which she would enjoy a sexual encounter. I don't think she thinks that Candice gives her that.
That's fair. And honestly, that's probably
Candiace
true.
definitely
Phaedra gives. Phaedra's like low key, probably a freak. Like I feel like she gives very much.
That's where I'm getting. Why do you think she was out here lying about her conception date? That's what NeNe said. She was a freak in Athens.
What did she say? The head doctor. That's what she called her. They said, I heard they called you the head doctor in Athens.
Okay, so that's all I'm saying is I think that's why Sequoia said what she said, and I think Candiace does give a little.
I said what I said. Another iconic NeNe.
Yeah,
God,
so
Candy's also. People give Candy like they say she's boring, but I feel like Candy has such moments. I agree. She's such a rock on the show. I'm like, Candy is a necessity on the show. I 100% agree. And people act like she's not.
For real.
Famous. Actual famous. Yeah.
Candy is an actual celebrity. This is
Candy
true.
is like, I have a job. I actually work. The rest
I'm so sorry. I can't sit here and entertain you. I'm busy entertaining the stage of people that paid to come see me. But you have a good one.
I agree.
Yeah, she's actual famous. I miss Portia. That's one. I feel like I miss Portia. I wish Danielle would come back to Jersey. I love Portia.
Put Portia on the list. I love
Portia. She's great.
It was too
great girl.
I knew people like Portia. It was too easy.
Well, yeah, we love her. That's fair.
Because Portia, even when Portia does foolishness,
I'm still into. I know it's always like, but I'm
be mad. You know, it is what it is.
When she was sitting there talking to Candy, you just made that up. And she goes, huh? I love
Portia. Only gets on my. The only time Portia got on my nerves was in that spinoff when she was arguing with that man. And were they Hawaii? Where were they?
The hot dog.
Wherever
man.
it was.
I will say I actually hate all the spinoffs. I think Vanderpump is the only spinoff that makes sense. I think all the other ones,
and I've never watched Vanderpump Rules a day in my life.
Oh, you should.
I'm sorry to say it. I don't sound ridiculous, but I like it.
Great White Mess.
I've heard
it's so
things.
fun.
Okay. I've heard fantastic things. I might dive in. I don't know.
I have to watch.
They're young. They're young and hot. Maybe you'll like it because it's young,
just
hot
young and
white
dumb.
mess.
You know,
sure.
It's just young dumb shit.
They in California. They in LA.
And they in California.
They're here.
Okay.
Down the street. We can go to. You want to go to Pump? Let's go.
When you come, Jewel, we can take you to Pump.
Yeah.
Want to go? Yeah, I gotta go.
Yeah.
You're moving.
I didn't
here?
know there was a physical.
Yeah,
location.
she's moving here.
Yes, there's two.
Ryan.
I know you're not moving here. I know.
Please
you're
don't let that lady lie to you like that.
You're gas lamping me, and I don't like it.
Please be serious.
No, that's
all I have.
Same, yeah. I think that's all.
Have.
There's so much. I think I will say, very fun show, and I think there's a housewife franchise for you, Sequoia. You just have to find it.
I don't know.
Dubai might be yours.
Sequoia. I think Sequoia likes a different type of mess, and I'll just leave it there.
She doesn't. What's your mess? What kind of mess do you like?
I don't think she likes sophisticate, like ratchet. I think she likes pure ratchet. I think this is a little too.
I'm real polar. You know what I mean? I want real ratchet, or I want Laguna Beach. You know what I mean? It's really that middle ground. I'm like, this doesn't make any sense because y'all are too close to real people to act like this. You know what I mean? Whereas everybody else, y'all are characters. Y'all are not real fucking people. I'm enjoying characters almost as if they're scripted, almost as if I'm watching a scripted television show. I'm like, okay. But this, I'm like, y'all are not tracking. Like the motivations, it's not tracking. I'm not quite getting it.
Huh.
So that's where it loses me personally. It's too close to people who I know personally. I'm like, whereas the other people, I don't know none of them. I don't know nobody from Laguna Beach.
Okay.
I don't know nobody from.
I think you know the people in Salt Lake, in Dubai.
And that's what I'm saying. Maybe they might be. You might like one of the other.
I ain't never seen them.
But that's what we're saying. You might like one of the Beverly Hills. You might like because I get it. Atlanta and Potomac are probably too close to like. These are people I actually could see in life, and like I know, like I feel that. I feel like maybe there is a level of disconnect if you do look at like because Beverly Hills is like because Atlanta and Potomac they're like kind of I don't want to say fake rich, but like fake rich. But like I think like Beverly Hills they're like rich. Someone's different.
Okay.
No, there's definitely it for sure. You watch Atlanta beyond the first season. The first season they actually were spending money like wildly crazy, but after that, I feel like in Atlanta, it's definitely like this is not the same wealth that they are portraying on Beverly Hills.
Yes.
It's a very different kind of a very different kind of rich.
Yes. It's like money.
Yeah. Okay. Interesting. Their party's not the same, the events not the same, the way they spending is not quite the same. It's rich for Atlanta. It's rich for Black Atlanta. It's rich for Black Atlanta.
It's like, it's nice. It's nice. Yeah.
Okay. It's very nice. I'm not trying to talk down on it, but it's not the same thing as like Beverly. It ain't got Beverly Hills money now.
Okay.
Correct.
Okay.
Because Kyle be having guest houses on guest houses on guest houses on guest. They ain't got that.
Y'all, do y'all want, and by y'all I mean the people listening, do y'all want a Love is Blind episode still? By the time this comes out, Love is Blind will be like yesterday, really yesterday's
memory. Yeah.
Like, really far in the yesteryear. If y'all still
to say about them?
If y'all still want the episode, I'll do it for you. If y'all don't want the episode, I'll move on. We'll do something else. Let me know.
Do you feel like you still got more to say about the Love is Blind?
I haven't said nothing about it. I ain't said shit on this podcast.
Okay, so you ain't got to
on the podcast, no, for sure. But we've talked about Love is Blind.
Yeah, we've talked about it. Yeah.
I see.
The audience. So if y'all want to hear thoughts on it, let me know. If y'all don't give a fuck, let me tell you something. If even so many as one of y'all say yes, you want to hear it, I'm gonna do this. We really don't take too much.
Oh well, girl, somebody gonna say yes.
So you're literally just looking for a reason to do it. Just do it.
Okay, you know what? Hold on. Let's just put a number. Let's just put a number on it. If 10 of y'all say yes, do it, I'll do it. Okay. That's it.
Now you're gonna be mad if you get the 9 and you don't get the 10. Just do it because you want to do it.
I'll round up. Anyway,
so I'm saying, just do it.
No, I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait to see the response. But that's it. Thank you for coming on, y'all. It was great to have you both. Please let the folks know where they can find you online or anything else you want to tell them.
Okay, I'll go. You can find me on all the social things at Good Guy Rai, GUDGUI Rai. That's all. That's me. I had nothing else coming up. Well, that's not true. Nothing I can talk about yet.
On all social media platforms at Jewel Wicker Show.
Okay, and you can find me at BPOP Pod across Instagram and Twitter and TikTok. There's nothing on the TikTok, but you can go over there and follow it if you want to. You can email me at blackpeopleloveparamore@gmail.com with episode recommendations, hate mail, feedback, or anything else.
No hate mail.
That's it.
Don't email with no hate mail. She ain't gonna come back on this podcast together, Ryan.
Yeah, no, that's a wrap. That's a wrap on the two of them. So I hope y'all enjoyed the two of them together because that's the last time you'll fucking get that. I had enough. I was bullied and I don't like it. So I hope y'all had a good time.
Like old people.
Because I didn't. Bye.